He got there. But I think it makes him greater. So I'm going to say it. He was in a fight. I think the guy's name was Nick Wells. Don't ask me how I can remember this. And he was in the amateurs, and he lost the fight in the amateurs. So this guy, supposedly he quit. And Cus would say, people would say he was a dog, and people, and that, again, that shows you again how great Larry Holmes to overcome that. Because you can't have courage if you don't have fear. How are you going to have courage if you're not scared of something? What is courage without being scared of something? Courage is overcoming. Courage is facing something. If there's nothing to overcome, nothing to face, how did you show courage? You have to have fear. You have to be terrified to have courage. You have to almost be weak to have courage. You have to have a weak moment to have courage. Because if you didn't have a weak moment, if you didn't have the moment of self-doubt, of thinking about submitting, of quitting, we hate to use that word, but then how would you have courage? How would you display, what would courage be? Courage is getting past that, is overcoming that, is pulling you out of that. So if you don't have that to pull you out of, what did courage do? Courage didn't exist. What does it have? No definition. So he was in a fight, and Cus made me very aware of Larry Holmes with this guy. I think it was Nick Wells, but whatever it was. And according to what everyone said there, he quit. He gave in. And he also fought, I think he might have fought Dwayne Bobbitt too in the amateurs. But anyway, he gave in. And a lot of people said they didn't have any worth for him or any hope for him, think that he would be a great fighter because he was yellow. Because he would, once a dog, always a dog. And Cus said to me, listen, Teddy, he's still young enough. He's still at a point where he has, I hate to use this word, he had an excuse. He wasn't developed enough to understand that he could control that feeling and that he should control that feeling. If he doesn't give up, if he gets some help and he doesn't give up, he can become, he can grow in that area. Because if he was a guy, Cus would say, Teddy, if he was a guy who already had 300 amateur fights and already, had 20 pro fights, and he was doing that, done, gone. But at this point of development, lack of development, if he wants to, he can still be helped. He went on to be a world champion, set a record for most title defenses. I think he might have broke Joe Louis, who I think was the greatest heavyweight of all time, for a lot of reasons. Ali was right behind him, just for me. But Ali was great, of course. But Larry Holmes takes those right hands from Shavers. That's what Cus said. Cus said to me, because we watched the fight together. And Cus said, there's a pro. He became a pro. That was the greatest compliment Cus could give you. He became a pro. Wow. Look, he got hit that right hand from Ernie Shavers, who could knock walls down with the right hand. One right hand, he could knock walls down. And he got dropped and he got up. He became a pro, Teddy. He became a pro.